Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
Hey, what's going on? We're back here with Fire Emblem 3 Houses, our Verdant Wind Assassins only. Run! I'm so excited! Tears of the Kingdom is tomorrow. For you, it'll have been a few weeks ago, probably, that the Tears of the Kingdom Part 0 video went up. Assuming I did manage to beat it in one go, like I was able to do with Breath of the Wild the first time I played it. We're here to play Fire Emblem today, but I just want to briefly vent, because I was super freaked out, because I plugged in this controller here to play Fire Emblem today, and it didn't work. It did not work one bit. And there was just a recent system patch, and I was like, oh my god, did they patch out support for this controller? It's fine, I'll just use my GameCube controller adapter. We don't need to use Divine Pulse today, so I don't need the left Z button. It's fine, it's okay. And then that one stopped working. It worked for 5 seconds and then ceased. And so I was like, so my entire Switch is broken. It's fine. The day before Tears of the Kingdom, my entire Switch is broken. It's okay. We'll be okay. But it turned out it was just a faulty connection between the Switch and the dock, so I just took some compressed air to it, and it was fine. Lesson from me to you, kids. Use compressed air on stuff the second it stops working. Especially your kids. You got that, kids? To be abundantly, patently crystal clear, I do not authorize nor condone the use of compressed air on children. Or any living being. Oh my god, Flame's missing. That's absolutely right. I forgot all about that. So, we've got buttloads of people to talk to. Shamir.
Here. I'm taking a break.
What have you done with Flame? Okay, bye. Right. They have different dialogue after you've taken the quest on that's like, go find out where Flame is. Once they actually take that quest on, they'll actually respond to you. They'll be like, oh, I don't know where Flame is. Why are we hanging around the market? Did I have stuff I wanted, like, repaired and all? Or forged, even, perhaps? Could we be so bold? Well, how many smithing stones do we have? 10! We can get some more training bows ready in that case. Or did we already do all of them? It's been some time since I recorded, sorry. I haven't completely forgot where we're at. Yep, looks like everyone's got a training bow and sword forged. Oh, that's right, I must have done some fishing off camera. Yeah, all the fishing bait's gone. I guess this is all what I caught. So we've got a monastery day going on. Obviously things are tense, but nothing gets past Gatekeeper, so it's gonna be fine. We're gonna talk to everyone.
Today, there is quite a bit to report. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning.
Oh, that's just Raphael. He doesn't like anyone to know where he buys his candy, because it's secretly candied meat, and he thinks everyone will find him weird.
You see? Nothing gets past this guard. I doubt it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance, but... Sorry, I always say.
Right. A masked individual. Are there any more details? Oh no, they have a mask. There was nothing else interesting about them. They didn't have any kind of distinctive clothes, hair color, nothing of the sort. Hello, Kitty. That cat just evaporated into the void. No, what happened to Kitty? There were 4 here. Ah! Phantom cat. Anyway, Dominic Gray is here, and we've got all kinds of stuff. So we recently learned that you can give them the produce, it just, some of the items are a no-no. Like the tomatoes. None of them will take tomatoes, but like, they will take fruit, which is... I think of cats as being more carnivorous, but I guess they could eat a fruit. Somehow, peach, currant, and fruit, I find less likely that a cat would eat than a tomato, but whatever. Or a dog, anyway. Black sand steel, thank you. Right, we're totally broke, which is why, right, we were able to buy a whole bunch of smithing stones. Ah, it's all coming back to me. The only note I had in my book was that steel swords can be forged into 11 swords, and iron swords can be forged into killer/venom swords, which we already found out in episode 16 or something like that, so I don't know why I was like, I need to write this down.
This might be the
Whatever.
first time
Maybe
I've
just,
ever
I thought I'd
seen
forget.
Seth look so worn down. If poor Flame was lured away by anyone, I personally think the clear suspect is that miscreant from Dusker. Those people are deceptive by nature.
You listen to me and you listen good, punk. I'm a teacher. It does not mean I have the authority to throw you from these grounds, but I would. I would, so fast. Know that the second I'm promoted to Archbishop, you're the first to go. I mean, when, what? I'm not seeking to supplant, that was not, never mind. How to be tidy. Poor Marianne. Hey, Animan.
Young...
So troubling. I guess most of the things they're gonna say anyway again once we take the quest on, so I might as well take it on now. Like, it's like, young Flame's disappearance is most troubling. And then if you have the quest on, it's like, young Flame's disappearance is most troubling. Oh, wait, you think I did it? So I may as well just take it now so we don't have to do too much repeat dialogue. Come on, Claude. We're gonna find this kid and we're gonna feel good about it.
Oh, but I'm sure...
Oh, God, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be skipping
Sorry
down.
for leaving the monastery, huh? That is, assuming we can actually trust that information.
Oh, but I'm sure this space has no shortage of secret passages and hiding spots.
This whole thing, yes, indeed.
For now, there's not much we can do aside from making a thorough search of the monastery.
So that's what we'll do.
Let's ask around and see what we turn up. You never know who might have seen something.
I bet it was that monk who was blaming to do. That's clear as shifting the blame. The hell did you see, huh? Just what are you hiding from me? Hey, gatekeeper. Funny seeing you here again. It's almost like you're always here. Curry comb! Ingrid was here last. Oh, well, how convenient.
That Flame would disappear like this. Sedith must be worried sick.
You must be worried sick, ill, and possibly even
I
unwell.
haven't much to go off of, and perhaps it's out of line for me to feel so uncomfortable. But something has been bothering me for a while about Gilbert. I feel as though I've met him somewhere before.
Anyone you've met somewhere prior to going to the most, like, important place in the entire continent, they are clearly suspicious.
I also noticed him staring intently at Annette once.
Well, can you blame her? Him. Even Felix has been known to stare when she sings. Positively enrapturing. More importantly, this is yours, is it not?
Yes, that's mine.
Good. Alright, look, just because I'm being a do-gooder and giving people stuff back doesn't mean you have to take your anger out on me. Just because you're not as good at being friends with people as I am. Hey!
I don't know if she ran off or got kidnapped or what. I just know that Flame's in trouble. That's it. I can't keep sitting around. I gotta go find her. Now, where do I start?
Here would be a good place to start, because starting elsewhere would mean going there and then coming back here, wouldn't it? Are you gonna start, or you're just gonna... This is you starting, is it? Sorry, I don't want to step on your process. Okay, carry on. We'll find her if we work together, Caspar. Just keep stealing yourself. Hey, Felix. I wasn't just talking about you.
I can't say anything for sure, but I do have suspicions about Yuritsa.
That's impossible.
Seems more impulsive than usual.
Yuritsa and I have the most storied history of any two characters here. We go way back, okay? I trust him with my very soul. If you're gonna tell me that he kidnapped someone, I'm going to expel you.
It couldn't hurt to try speaking with him at least.
Okay.
At this hour, with Catherine at the training grounds.
Good shout, will do.
Professor,
Student!
The monastery has been turned upside down. I wonder if we're still going to have the Battle of the Eagle and Lion next month.
Well, I'm glad someone's looking out for our priorities.
It's a yearly, but with things the way they are right now, it's hard to imagine. At any rate, I hope they find Flame soon.
Maybe we could just do it without her. I'm sure everyone will be in a fine mental state if we just ignore her for a month.
It is like something out of a book. If it were a book, she would be rescued presently by a dashing no.
Well, having seen a cat vanish into thin air just today, I'm not so sure I'd be romanticizing it as you are. It's just me, or is his hair like really gracefully flapping in the wind when we're inside? No, I don't. Sorry, I was distracted looking at not your hair to the greenhouse for some flowers.
The greenhouse. I will take a look around there later.
I mean, she's kidnapped, so I think we would have known if she was at the greenhouse, but it's just a possibility. Raphael.
I hope Flame isn't going hungry. If someone really killed her, I'll never forgive them. Now that I think about it, he was always getting into trouble for trying to talk to Flame, you know? It's probably a crazy thought, but I'm starting to worry.
No, you're right. We should be absolutely suspicious of everyone, except Yuritsa. I love him. We're best buds. He was best man at my wedding. My first two, anyway. You know what? We're all a little freaked out. I think now is an excellent time for us to make some food. How do we do with Petra? Let's just focus down Petra's, trying to level up our bond with Petra as much as possible. Ooh, defense is a good idea. And we have tons of Tatata Spike. What's the dex one? Is Queen Loach. Yeah, that would be good too, though, wouldn't it? Okay, actually, I'm gonna go for the dex.
it is necessary to be having fresh ingredients for cooking.
You're absolutely right. Oh, I can't skip this. Whoops.
One
Yes,
day, I will be showing you cooking from my homeland.
You gotta let me know which one of these is from. It's stuff that can also be found in Bridget, if any of it can, so we can actually do one of those one day. But for now, I guess we'll have to stick to lame Fodlan cooking. Sorry about it, Petra. Hey, Sylvain.
Ow! Ingrid just about slapped the teeth out of my head.
Probably something about what I said about Gilbert and Annette, wasn't it? Sorry you had to wreak the punishment for that.
All I did was suggest that Flame might have eloped.
Is that a possibility?
I don't know. I was just suggesting things, and suddenly I was seeing stars and Ingrid was yelling at me.
It's just suggesting things. He says, like it's... I bet that was the first thing he suggested. I have a feeling he's not... He's really twisting how he said that. It was probably more like, calm down, Ingrid. She obviously just ran away with someone. Hey, Eloise.
Hey there, Professor. Did you want to talk?
Sorta.
What? Me? Abduct Flame? You... believe I did.
No, you got it all wrong. It's not me who believes that. It's whoever said it up there. Felix said Yuritsa. Ingrid said Gilbert. Someone said it anyway. I hear she was always yelling at you.
No, that's just dumb jokes. She says that they're not very good.
Well, then she deserved to get kidnapped.
But if I went around kidnapping everyone, the whole monastery would be empty.
The monastery deserves to be empty. All right, well, if you've assuaged my concerns, it can't be Alois or Yuritsa, y'all. We've ruled it out.
Flame? No, I haven't seen her. Abducted.
Yes.
Oh, you're looking for her.
There you go.
Sorry, my mind was somewhere else.
You're the dumbest genius I've ever met.
I just recently learned she has a crest. Did you know that, Professor?
Yes, but you're not allowed to ask how.
I could imagine Professor Hanneman would have quite an intense interest in her. No, I'm not accusing Professor Hanneman of abducting Flame.
Just picking her up and moving her somewhere else without anyone knowing and without her consent. I'll have to confront him at length about this. Linhart says you killed her!
What? Who would suspect me? You know what? I'll tell you who. A fool. That's who.
Alright, well, I'll tell him you said that. You've already investigated her thoroughly.
Alas, Seteth would never allow that. However, while Flame's major crest of Sethlene is rare, there are others who possess it.
I see. Hanneman says you're an idiot. Hehehe. Starting fights. Hi, Mercedes.
I think Flame was kidnapped.
I think given that she's not here, it's a distinct possibility. She must have been.
I have a feeling you're right. We really need to find her and quickly.
I mean, if she still isn't here, she hasn't returned in the time it took for us to have this conversation, so I bet she's kidnapped, alright?
Flame was child-napped. That is what you are thinking? And the villain is inside our monastery?
Well, hopefully they're still inside here, because that narrows down the search radius quite a bit from Fodlan to this one monastery.
I must have admittance. One person has been catching my eye. Shamir is a knight not like other knights. Her movements are being reminders of... No. They remind me of warriors of Brigid.
So you suspect her because she reminds you of your people. That's concerning.
Before she was here, what was she getting up to?
Ah, I see what you're saying. She doesn't necessarily have as much loyalty to this land as other people, is what you're getting at. So she's an instant suspect. I'm not sure I like that line of thinking. Hey, Dorothea.
Hey, Professor, have you seen Manuela?
Not recently.
I saw her running off somewhere in a terrible hurt.
Oh,
I
no.
wonder if it has anything to do with Flame's disappearance. Do you know, Professor?
Well, if it can't be Yuritsa and it can't be Alois, this means that Manuela is the kidnapper. You solved it, Dorothea. I always knew you had it in you to be a PI. You're on first name terms with Professor Manuela. I'm really focusing on the important parts of this.
She was the senior diva in our opera company.
Why would I know that? I don't mean to put you down or lower your self-confidence, friend, but you're not that famous.
Professor!
/ I lived in the woods forever.
Wielding a gigantic scythe. He was just like the rumors say, all covered in black armor. It was the Death Knight. I just know it.
But did they have a mask on? Because the gatekeeper said that whoever it was, without a doubt, had a mask on. The gatekeeper had no hesitation whatsoever about making that claim.
You don't think he has something to do with Flame's disappearance, do you?
No, that's a wild conclusion to jump to.
Okay.
Thank you. Listen, Edelgard, we've had our differences, you and I. Sorry I keep picking the routes where bad things happen to you, but you gotta come clean with me. How did you help Manuela kill Flame?
Flame is missing. We should split up and search for her. There isn't a moment to waste. We must find her before it's too late.
That's just what an accomplice of Manuela would say. Hey, Dimitri.
I have thoroughly surveyed the entire monastery, and yet I have not found a single trace of evidence that suggests Flame was abducted.
Aside from her not being here, you mean?
Perhaps we must seek out personal recounts rather than physical evidence. In any case, we must hurry before something terrible
Were you expecting to find like a blood trail with little like scraps of paper written "Help, I'm being kidnapped" on it? But yes, good shout. Hey, to do.
The monastery is full of secret passages.
Unrelated. No one has accused you. I just want you to know that.
If there is no sign of Flame's departure, it is possible that she used one of those.
Used one, as in of her own volition.
Whatever has happened, I hope she is all right.
Likewise. I'll never forgive Manuela for this. Leone! Is this your bandage? Haha, just kidding. You wouldn't be slacking on your training. Did you kill Flame?
Have gone. Do you think she's really been kidnapped?
No! It's impossible. She's probably just hiding behind one of those drapes there, playing the longest game of hide and seek ever.
I hear Tomas has been going around asking about her, but he's probably just worried like the rest of us.
Well, since when was he asking about her? Because if it was before she disappeared...
He was
was asking about you and Captain Gerald, too.
This gets weirder by the second. Who cares about Gerald not? Can you think of anyone who cares about Gerald, Leonie? This mystery gets deeper and deeper. Hey, Lawrence.
If Flayn were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now.
Interesting proposal.
Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away?
I think Manuela had something to do with it, is what I think. That's possible.
If that is the case, it is unlikely that we will find her anywhere in the monastery.
On this, you may be right. Hey, Ignatz. Okay, how many Manuelas did you see today and yesterday, and were any of them asking about Tomas or Gerald? I'm slightly mixing up my line of questioning here.
I've only ever spoken to Flayn a handful of times. Naive about the ways of the world. I'm worried about her.
Likewise, you think she'd be easily deceived.
Yes, I'm afraid so. I just hope she comes home safe.
She will, Ignatz. We'll make sure of it. As soon as someone helps me find out where Manuela lives. It's not like she has her own room somewhere in the monastery that we could check. Why is life so difficult?
If Flayn has been taken hostage, then we know she is alive.
Do we, though? What if they tried to telepathically to send us their demands, and they failed, but they thought they hadn't failed, so they thought we'd received the demands and just ignored them, so they killed her? Does that sound like something Manuela would do to you?
There would be no point to abducting her if simple murder was the objective.
Well, how do we know she's been taken hostage, though?
That's only logical, Professor.
I don't feel like have any reason to relax right now. This one's with me. Hubert's logic does not seem sound. An owl feather, cool. Hey, Cyril.
I can't believe Flayn just disappeared. I don't like it one little bit.
I know, if they could kidnap someone as small as her, you're next, little buddy.
Here to see someone?
You! I was just trying to warn you about the dangers of getting kidnapped.
Luis and Shamir and all the knights are gonna head into town soon.
Suspicious. What do knights need to go to town for? I bet all the knights are in on it, but mostly Manuela, who is not a knight. You listen here, you.
I can only imagine how worried Sedith must be, but isn't mobilizing Order of Knights a bit...
Don't try to weasel your way out of this one. Cyril already told me that you are in cahoots with Manuela and that the town is your secret meeting place. I have no patience for any such lies from you. Tell me where you have Flayn. How many pieces did you cut her up into? What are you selling them for?
I was originally assigned to investigate those reports of the Death Knight in the town near Garreg Mach.
Likely story. You were assigned to investigate the reports of the death. You know, people like you are why this continent is failing.
And I think how many more victims that dastard might claim while we're all busy searching for Flayn. I'm sorry, that was insensitive. We're all under a lot of stress right now. It's important that we find her quickly.
You're absolutely right. She's integral to the society that we've built here, and poor Seth looks so upset also. Keep fighting the good fight. You're doing an excellent job. Annette!
There have been a lot of rumors swirling around lately about a Death Knight who kidnaps people from the nearby town.
Me too.
You don't think Flayn was, you know...
reaped like the morning wheat? With a scythe? No, I hope not. We can't rule it out.
Whether the rumors are true or not, I just hope our Flayn is safe.
Me too. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, I promise, Annette. Just like Flayn got to the bottom of whatever lake they drowned her in. Am I right, guys? A Dagda caught for sleeping outside. It probably belongs to someone with a history of roaming from place to place. Now, Dagda, that makes me think Shamir, but I feel like I've never seen this item before in my life, which suggests to me it's one of the DLC people, so that sounds maybe more like Balthus or Happy, but I'll try Shamir anyway. But I guess I don't know too much about all the deeper backstories of all our wolves, so maybe one of them is originating from Dagda. Flayn's gone missing.
So, Flayn...
Suspicious that you figured that out before I even told you.
Do what I can to search.
Thank you.
It's suspicious of me. Might I ask your reasons?
Sorry, was it showing in my face too much? Why were you asking about Flayn?
The monastery for a few years, but do not forget, I have spent more than 4 decades in working here at Garreg Mach Monastery. It was not until has a sister. It's natural to be curious, don't you think? I assure you, there is nothing more to it than that.
Well, that checks out. I'm so sorry for even... I feel like a jerk now. Birdie Bear!
Get in here!
Okay, do you want to join my class is what I came to ask, but... I suppose we can talk about this too. Sort of what everyone's talking about.
I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I?
Basically, but I mean, you're the one who brought it up, so you have only yourself to blame. Alright, I'll be the judge of if Flayn is in here or not. Alright, this pillow looks suspicious to me. I don't know. It's roughly Flayn-sized. How do I know you didn't fold her up like a folding chair and stuff her in that pillow? And just what is in all these bottles here? Flayn's blood? Could be, could be. What's in the basket? I think you fashioned these rugs out of Flayn's clothes. My God, Flayn. What has she done to you? Nope, checks out. You're good, Bernie.
There. See? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie.
I mean, I would have believed you if you just told me that from the start.
Maybe Flame
But you
be alone
insisted
for
on
a
opening it.
while. Have you considered that?
Yeah, Lawrence did. Surprisingly.
Where is her room anyway?
She probably, much like Cyril, doesn't get one and just has to sleep on the roof. Anyway, thanks for that, Bernadetta. Why Flayn of all people? Interesting question. Have we done gardening today? Yoink. Oh, wait, this is already planted.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break.
Just asking about Flayn, that's all.
Is this about Flayn?
Yes.
You find me suspicious.
Petra finds you suspicious. I don't have any thoughts of my own. I'm just repeating what everyone else says. What did you do before coming to the monastery?
Is that a problem?
Nope, I didn't know that.
Among the Knights of Saros, but that hardly links me to Flayn's disappearance.
I tend to agree. Compelling argument. You should probably go talk to Petra about that. She seemed real suspicious of you earlier. Is this yours? Ah, so it must be one of the DLC people's then. Wait, why do I think she's from Dagda? She is, right? Shamir? I thought. But like I said, I've never seen, I don't recall seeing that item before. This is my first DLC playthrough I'm doing with the DLC unlocked, so presumably it's one of our DLC friends and roaming around. I think of Balthus, but I suppose none of the four of them really have been at a stable home for a while. So, but I would guess Balthus, then Happy, then Yuri, then Constance. Please help. What's going on?
I hope you're up for a challenge.
I poured my heart out into this letter. I'd like you to deliver it for me. To whom, you ask? Well, he's always working his hardest, and he's not very upfront with his true feelings, but he's got an adorable way about him. Right, well, I think you should avoid sending any creepy letters while there's talk of kidnapping going on right now, but if it'll get me renown for some reason... But how do I get renown from delivering a secret love letter anyway? I just announced to the entire school, I delivered a love letter, but I cannot say from whom or to whom. You'll just have to take my word on this one.
You hear about Flayn?
Don't play dumb with me. I know you and Manuela killed her. Just precisely what do you hope to gain from all this,
Some of the lower-ranked knights are searching for her in the town. If they find anything, I'll know. What? You're... Come to think of it, I haven't seen him today.
I bet Felix kidnapped her because he said he was sure they'd be sparring right now.
Think you suspect him?
I don't know, Felix said. I heard that he goes out every night.
I see. Well, I'll let the knights know.
Come to think of it, the gatekeeper was also saying something about someone with a mask going out every night. All the facts lead to it. It's clear, Rhea kidnapped her. I know, it disgusts me as much as it does you. Claude, I figured it out, it was Rhea.
No sign of her leaving the monastery.
Never mind. Ooh. A silver brooch? Middle Franc, sorry. Well, since we know Manuela and Rhea and Catherine were all conspired to kidnap Flayn, clearly this can't belong to her because she's been preparing to kidnap people, so it must belong to Dorothea. But Cyril, I'm pretty sure this love letter is directed at you. Anytime. Please do not tell anyone that I helped had any part in delivering that to you. I think I'll be fired. Here's your brooch, my friend. Respond carefully to how I give it to you, because I might just think that you're the... Which one is the bro? I might just think that you're the kidnapper next, depending on how gracious you are.
How did you know I lost this? Thank you for bringing it back to me.
Well played, well played. I don't find you suspicious at all. Hi! We go to the troubles box and one of them is just, I kidnapped Flayn and I'm having trouble coming to grips with it. There is one note. Let's see if that's what it is. I am always looking to assist His Highness, but sometimes I find myself at a loss. What more can I do? There's no need to overdo it. Maybe you could clean his room. Guard him with your life. Overdoing it is kind of Dedue's thing. Guard him with your life. I mean, he's already doing that. Maybe you could clean his room. That seems really sort of, guard him with your life. Apparently that was what he wanted to hear. He was like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Hello.
I've served here at Garrick Mach in some capacity or another for several decades now. But after all that, you know everything about the layout.
Neither can I. I have trouble just fast traveling around the place. It's super confusing.
Searching the entire interior of the monastery is a more difficult task than you may think.
And I think it's pretty difficult, so that's saying a lot.
It makes you wonder who designed such a titanic compound.
None remain who know.
Original construction, but none of them name an actual architect.
I bet it was Manuela. Ooh, is there another crystal? Black sand steel. We pull up some weird stuff from that well. What is there? Where does this door go, I wonder? Is there actually more? Oh, there is more monastery there. I thought it was sort of cut off right there. Okay. Listen, Rhea, I know for a fact that Raphael kidnapped her. Can we just call off this search? It's really interfering with my students' activities.
Professor, leads regarding Flayn's whereabouts?
None whatsoever.
I have looked everywhere. Seen anything of note?
This is bad. We will find her together.
Yes. It reassures me to have you by my side.
Don't worry, I will find out who killed her.
Dear Flame, till she returns to us.
Like, I'm trying my best here. The pressure isn't helping. I feel like a broken record here. I've told you and said it this many times. Hello? Bundle of herbs. That'll be for Ashy Boy. Marianne!
Hear my prayer. Please protect her.
That's very kind, Marianne. Thank you very much for doing that. Hello?
May I ask a favor?
One of Dorte's friends is about to have a baby. Do you know of any medicinal herbs that will ensure a safe delivery?
Ash probably does. Maybe we could just steal these herbs from him. Let's have a look here. Herbs fit for a horse. Hello there. It's so just a delightful time. Flame's been kidnapped and there's nothing to worry about.
Oibs!
Birthing herbs. It's just like morphine.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what it is.
I didn't mean to trouble you.
No trouble at all, Marianne. Thank you for looking out for what's important right now. Everyone's worried about Flame at the moment. You said your prayer, you moved on, now we're talking about horses.
Thank you. This medicinal herb is supposedly quite useful when administered to a horse who's about to give birth. I'm going to mix this into her feed.
Very thoughtful of you. Thanks, Marianne, for being the hero that we don't deserve but that we need. Sorry, I totally never do the choir in this in our Blue Lions playthrough, and I haven't been doing it quite as much in this one. But when we do Crimson Flower Magic only, Faith, the choir will be extremely important because we can teach a whole multiple people Faith at once, especially early on. So we'll be doing a lot of choir in that playthrough, I'm almost certain. Hello! I delivered your love letter!
Impressive. Nice work.
Thanks. I was watching him as he read the letter. It looks like it spooked him a bit. That's too bad. It's alright, I'm here to help. I know things are stressful right now with Flame and everything, and the fact that you've got a crush, that just seems to not be going well. But doggone it, I'm gonna keep this monastery together if it kills me. Hello, kitty. A Varlion. Why don't you have some two toasted... Oh, we need those. Why don't you have some peach currant Varlion? Yes, it looks happy. Verona? It looks pretty full. One bit of peach currant, fill you up. That cat's the kidnapper. Too suspicious. Hey,
I heard
Ash.
something like this happened last year, too.
You mean Monica, who I don't know.
Neither the culprit nor the missing student were ever found last time. Some people say it was the work of evil spirits.
It could be, could be. Then it could be the same culprit.
I thought the same. Could there be a connection?
It was the same evil spirit. Manuela's an evil spirit. We've cracked it. But also, these are your oibs.
Hey, I've been looking for that. How'd you know?
Well, I didn't think that once we used the stuff on Dorte. I mean, it probably wasn't Dorte's. I mean, I gave half of them to Marianne. I'm saying this wrong. You had your name written on it, is what I meant. Which I guess makes that particular herb that the name was written on useless. But here you go anyway. Tomas doesn't seem to be here right now. Probably on account of the fact that I saw him elsewhere. Hey, Cynthia.
Acting on it now, Flame has always seemed a rather odd person.
This seems like a strange thing for you or I to say, does it not?
She appears young, yet there's something about her that seems much older than her years suggest. And she's quite wise, but also surprisingly naive.
Maybe she's lived a very sheltered life.
Whatever the case, then anything.
Yes, for his sake, we have to do our utmost to find her, Lysithia. Can I count on you to soulblade anything that gets in my way? I'll take your staunch silence as a yes. Oh, I suppose I wouldn't have been to the Abyss this month, so we're gonna do that as well. Gilbert!
Flame's whereabouts are unknown. Pray she is safe.
I know, you only just got here and everything. It's poor timing for you, eh? I don't have any ideas who it could be. I've been quick not to jump to any conclusions, I think. And I think that's probably how we should carry on. Am I shaking my camera a lot? Oh my god, I am. Sorry. The new setup is not very stable. Sorry if that's been happening a lot.
I am one of the suspects, am I?
Well, you did only get here like a month ago and all.
Well, hopefully I can lay your suspicions to rest. Do you know of my, let's call it, unique situation?
You're very religious, yes. Do you mean Annette?
I was once a knight, in service to the Fargus royal family. If Ingrid saw me before, it was likely in Verdiad, the kingdom capital.
Ah, that explains it. So what you're saying is anyone who's from the Verdiad, the kingdom capital, is now cleared of suspicion. God, everyone at this monastery has great problem-solving skills.
Annette is... she is my... I would appreciate it, Professor, if you would ask no more.
I didn't ask anything in the first place. I mean, I said, do you mean Annette, but it was sort of rhetorical. It was weird that you bowed just then. Anyway, this is yours, yes.
Ah, thank you for bringing me this. Life without it was difficult.
That's something a kidnapper would say. I've got my eye on you anyway. Alright, I took my eyes off you. You're probably fine. Hammer and chisel. That'll be for Hahnemann. He's not present. Neither is Manuela. This clearly casts more suspicion on Felix. Gerald, why did you kidnap her?
Because of Flane's disappearance.
You kidnapped her because of Flane's disappearance?
Up.
That's a catch-22.
But we haven't found a single lead. Sedith's face is getting paler by the watch. What's that? You're looking for Manuela?
Yeah, I reckon she killed her.
I did pass by her earlier.
Ah, did she have any bloody weapons in her hand?
She was carrying something. A mask of some sort.
Did the mask look like it could be used as a bludgeoning or stabbing weapon? I.e. for killing Flane. Yuritsa's mask.
I'm not close to the guy, so I can't say for sure. But come to think of it, could be right.
Clearly Yuritsa's the victim in all this. But hey, thanks for the horse riding. Sedith, I don't want you to worry. I will find her, I swear it.
That is all I can ask.
This is very important, though. Did you see Manuela come by? Holding Flane's corpse.
She would never have left the monastery of her own volition. Why is there not a trace of her to be found?
I don't know, but could you put this on her grave when you're done mourning?
I have no idea to whom this belongs.
That's concerning, because it's Flane's. Whoa, look at the lovely flowers here. How pretty is that? Don't worry, Sedith. I'll take care of it. They don't call me the professor for nothing. They call me it because I pretend to teach. Claude, I'm out of ideas. Oh, did I not actually take on the quest? Oops. Right, so it's not that you have to have the quest, it's that you have to talk to someone who suspected them before the dialogue changed, that's right. I wish we could do more for Flame, but since we've got no leads, our only option is to search the monastery with a fine-tooth comb. Someone must know something. You're absolutely right. I didn't find anything, Claude.
Big help.
Yuritsa's suspicious, to say the least. I think you should ask him directly. He should be at the training grounds or in his quarters. You suspect Yuritsa?
Manuela his mask? What could that possibly mean?
Manuela killed her.
Well, that's suspicious. Sounds like we should try talking to them.
I don't like that plan. Talking to people is scary.
Professor Yuritsa is almost certainly in the training grounds or his quarters. Where was that again? Oh, over on the eastern side of the Knight's Hall.
Okay, I'll have a look. Thanks, Claude. Knew I could count on you. Well done figuring out this mystery. This is your agricultural survey.
Really?
Pretty sure. He took it and all. This is your How to Be Tidy book. This is your bloodless bandage. This is your hammer and chisel. And that's 2 abyss with us now. Let's go. Shouldn't be too many more people to talk down here, and we'll have done a full monastery day, and we can swap to... Oh, there's a rare monster going on, so we can do some proper battles next time. Celebrate Leicester Founding Alliance Day. That's good also, because it means we, if there's no teaching day here, we don't have to spend too many more things on getting motivations up. Because we can teach 5 people, so we just need to get 1 more person's motivation up, which we could do easily with owl feathers before this Explorer Day is over, which means we are well within our right to start training up some of my soft skills for recruitment purposes. Because we're not going to be teaching here, we're only going to be teaching here, and then we're probably going to be going back to the monastery here, and then battle again here. Oh, it's still Petra's birthday. Completely forgot about that. Oh, no, maybe I did talk to everyone down here. That was probably what I did first, wasn't it? Good job, me, because I knew I'd forget. Right, well, let's try giving this hammock to Balthus. That's who I suspect the most, because he's the one who's sort of running around being chased by debt collectors.
Yep, that's mine.
Yes!
No, really, I'm not lying this time.
Ah, you card, you. I'm still laughing about the time that you almost took Flane's antique class from me. It's pretty sad now that she's dead, though, isn't it? Bet you feel real bad.
What do you require? Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the animals of the monastery.
What? I gather that was an insult, but what the hell does that even mean? I will not be teaching any of the animals of the monastery to do anything.
Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the animal. Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the. Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the. Now let me see. Perhaps you'd have better luck with the. Now let me see. I see this one has gained some experience.
Indeed. Wait, so what the heck do these things mean with the stars? Because why does strength have 4? And magic and dex are... Alright, clearly I have no idea what's going on with all this stuff. Whatever he's doing, he's got to keep it up because his charisma is getting better and better. How he trains, what role he performs, whether he lets foes live or die, he must carefully weigh these decisions. Ditto for him also with charisma. Ditto for him with speed. Him with magic. I haven't the foggiest idea what's going on here. Why is his magic listed as 3 stars? She's making great strides. Soon her strength will be practically unequaled. Is the idea supposed to be like, the more stars indicates how impressive it should be considering that person's normal growth, so since her strength is normally pretty bad, since it's 9 right now, that's like 4 stars for that. It must not be that, because that's weird. Her speed has improved somewhat, but there's definitely room for growth. How's she train? Right, okay. I can see her speed is better, but frankly, it still needs work. So perhaps it's something to do with what's been recently leveling up, because they're saying speed for a whole bunch of them, and since I recently classed everyone up into Myrmidon, their speed would be growing more than some of their other stats.
Now let me see.
It's just, I don't know why, it's really throwing me that, oh wait, now it's a sooner Dex will be practically unequal, so does it just pick a random 4-star each one to say?
Growth is going quite well.
Huh, weird. Anyway, thanks for those confusing advice. The confusing advice, not those confusing advice. Those confusing pieces of advice. And I suppose that's all for now. So we still got a few activity points, so we'll be spending them next time. We'll probably do a lot of meals and or faculty training, so I can get some, well, because no, I guess we don't need quite as many meals, because I can give an owl feather to someone to increase their motivation. And even though I don't actually train, like if I do these 4 and then one of the wolves, I'm still getting bond up with the wolves, which I want to have anyway at some point, so it's not as though it's all for naught. So in that sense, it probably does make more sense for me to just spend the entire day doing faculty training with all the skills of mine that are lower than D, which I'll be deciding next time, though, because that's all for now. Sorry, as you can see, I'm in, I've swapped locations yet again, my major talent, so it takes some time to get used to the acoustics of the room and all, which is why I've been a little off in my pacing today. I also just haven't recorded in a little bit, so I'm out of practice for that reason. But it's fine, because that's all. So, we made some decent progress. We got the main story quest and talked to everyone today, so we don't have to do that anymore. Phew! So for the next episode, we're probably going to be able to get through both battle days and the remaining monastery day and the rest of this monastery day, and I'll be all the way ready to do Search for Flane. Seneth's little sister Flane has gone missing. The knights have the grounds covered, so try thoroughly searching the monastery's interior. Right. Splendid! So next video going to the channel is going to be some more. Well, have I talked to Sothis yet? Yes, I have. Hitman Codename 47. Last episode was a nightmare. And this next one looks like it's going to be... I mean, I didn't get far into it, but the place looked like it was going to be a bit challenging. A big hotel with a very public space with all the world leaders. There's going to be high security. But at least it's a one-and-done mission, so we don't have to worry about like our equipment carrying over like it did in Colombia. And that's all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around, and we're going to be out of here now. Peace! At the 4 marked locations within the Great Plateau. I thought there were 5. Maybe I can't count. Defeat all monsters present to prove your power. If you are not up to the challenge,